on, Spyro. This power-up can make you invincible, but only for a short while.
Good morning, Baron, Takoida, Kingsfold, Fuzzy Duck. What's up, guys? I'm hoping we'll actually beat this game today. I don't actually know. We'll do our best. Good morning, Leander. Good morning, Zilog. Good morning, Platy. Good morning, Black File. How are you? Oh my goodness. Well, see, what's up is how have things been, past tense, whereas what's down is what is about to happen, future tense. That's not actually a joke. That's usually how both of those are used. What's up, what's down, what's going down, for example. Hello, Tazara, I think. I saw Tazara. Yeah, what's going down tonight, exactly. Hey, Loner. Hey, Myron. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I got lost too much earlier. Damn it! And then I died. Wow. Now let's see if we can find Hunter. Yeah, I just died to Honey, guys. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these. I mean, I wasn't a fan of these in 1 and 2 either, so make of that what you will. Anyone know where Hunter is? I'm just kind of randomly looking. Oh, I have no control over my camera. Oh my god. Okay, that's cute. I was just like, oh, I'll just move around and pan while I move. Nope. Yep, there we go. I got a little control of my camera. Just a little bit. Hi, Gum Gum. Yes, the sweet, sweet embrace of death. Actually, if you think about it, drowning in any liquid that's very viscous would be pretty unpleasant. Like, imagine drowning in tar. Or glue. Maybe you shouldn't imagine that. I take that sentence back. Don't imagine that. Kefka imagines that all the time, though. It's one of the main ways he gets through the day. That was very strange. He's got to be up then, because I can't go that far up. Oh, maybe I can. There we go. Ah! Well, lava, at least, you won't feel anything after the first second or two. Or cement, yeah, that's still pretty horrible, as I mentioned then. Hey, Roiting, thank you, Roiting. But I refuse to put it towards anything until you tell me what you want to put it towards. Honey Speedway. Yeah, exactly. Lava would actually be relatively painless to die in. Relatively. Oh, it's that one, not this one. Maybe? Hunter. Where are you? Oh god, really, Reuting? Really? Nope, I didn't get your email, and I totally didn't start... You weren't online when you sent the email. I did this whole shtick by pausing the entire stream just to acknowledge it. And you weren't even there, man. What the hey? Wasted joke. Sorry. Suppose I should pause since I am literally on a timer. Alright, fine, whatever. Let's just do this. He's right there. What the hell is that? Because that's not where this started. Oh, he's right here, isn't he? Yep. Ugh. I have to... see you around, Braglin. Have a good few hours. Anyways, yes, it made perfect sense to Zara. I haven't figured it out yet, I'll be 100% honest. But it does make sense. No, Reuting, it's allowed. It's a valid thing. It's a valid thing. So let's try and do this legit. See if we can do this legit. So anyways, I'm sorry, what do you mean about historical accuracy? I didn't quite catch it. I mean, it's a good thing, you know. Historical accuracy. It's cool. It's a gradient thing. Too much is a bad thing, but too little is a bad thing too, at least in my opinion. My incredibly inferior opinion. Yeah, Fuzzy Duck, I know. And I don't want to play it to begin with, but it is allowed. It is absolutely allowed. That'd probably be a next year thing, though, if I'm being honest. Depending on funding, of course. Okay. Nope, we're good. Give me my egg. I discovered I could sort of skip those, by the way, so I'm going to start doing that. Save myself 2 seconds each time. Now to lose one of these races again. Death to bees, and to the living! No, I have not, Lycon. I saw that it existed, but I haven't played it. Hello, Crazy Norse. Of course I'm going to play Bloodstained. Just not now. Oh yeah, if James Hogan shows up again, I did tell him something. It just occurred to me. I never did. Not really, Gum Gum. Like, I don't get the question, I suppose. Unless you're just bringing it up, in which case, yeah, it's pretty weird. Bloodstained is a Castlevania game. To put it as simply as possible. Damn. My ear has an itch. Ah! Okay. Out of my way, you stupid bee. Ah! Dang bee. Literally body blocking me there. No! Ah! One more try. One more try. Where's my Kleenex? There it is. It's not obvious I don't care for these sequences. I don't actually know if it's full-on Metroidvania or not. The last one was not. Curse the Moon. Okay. That's a thing I could do, apparently. I didn't want to. And that's the other button does the... Oh, Jesus! Hi. Steam. Tom Cruise Bump Shoes. It's always easier to stream from PC. Besides, my... Besides, my physical copy isn't showing up till, like, next week. Although we won't be streaming Bloodstained until July at this point, so whatever. Because as much as you guys are like, oh, it's awesome, not a lot of money or interest has really been put towards it. So... As ever, that's why that system exists, is to judge what you guys are actually interested in. I do not know how to make that turn. That's why I experimented with the shoulder buttons. I was like, maybe the shoulder buttons will let me strafe a bit. Nope. Shoulder buttons turn me around. It's like Jaemon over there. Jaemon turns me around all the time. I'm not gonna quote the song, 'cause that'd be weird. No. Oh, that was all a huge mistake, but it worked out anyways. Oh, you're fine, Crazy Norse. It's not like I don't understand. Anyways, Jaemon, before you go, I want to ask you something. So, on June 9th, you donated, looks like 10 euros? I think? You're one of our lost donations, basically, that I talked about a few days ago, and I've had a list up ever since to keep track of them, in case they show up. Now, that donation, basically, I never got a comment on that donation. I got a receipt through PayPal and nothing else. So, if you'd like to put both that donation and that sub towards something, that would be awesome. And then I can be like, woo, and then I can be like, you're awesome, and thank you, and I'm not going to do that right now because this is a lot harder than it looks. And I'm also losing. But in a minute, once this race is done, there will be thank yous. Oh yes, there will be thank yous. Infinite thank yous! Okay, maybe not infinite. I'm not that thankful. I don't think anyone can be that thankful. That's a bit much, don't you think? Gotcha. My choice. Well, thank you, J-Mon. Thank you very, very much. Don't worry. If I did everything right, hopefully that little issue will never happen again. Damn, I timed that wrong. No, I didn't! Yes! No! No! Why? Why do the pedals have collision? I lost. I just lost. Because the pedals have collision, and for absolutely no other reason. Oh, apparently Tyonis did sub. Hang on, god damn it. You can tell how much I'm paying attention to chat here. Hang on. That was for the game, not you guys. God damn it! Fortunately, J-Mon did donate 10 euros on June 9th. So I did get an answer from him, so that's good, that's good. So let's go ahead and put that down here. J-Mon 99. Thank you, J-Mon, very, very much for the donation about 10 days ago. Literally 10 days ago now. And thank you very, very much, Tyonis. As ever, I do appreciate your subs. Thank you. You also didn't tell me what you want to put that towards, so now I'm going to have to stab you, and that's just terrible. Unless you want to tell me what you want to put it towards, in which case that would be awesome. No, I'm going to do this one more time. I can do this. I was just trying to cut a corner at the last second. And ran into a wall of pedal. God damn it. Tizara, I will destroy you. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Tizara. Thank you. I'm not doing the bow. It would cause me to lose the match. Wait, hang on. Maybe if I line this up really well. We go here. Hang on. I gotta time this. Because I want to hit him right here. So he doesn't get the boost. I was too early. Yep, I was too early. No! Yeah, see? You see that? You see me bounce off of the flower petal? Yes, okay, thank you very, very much, Tizara. As ever, much appreciated. You know what you want to put it first? Thank you. Okay, we did it. God, those are basically red shells. Tempted to go grab that other one, but no. You got it, Tyonis. Now, as always, I'm going to hold on to this one here. Or not. Round. Screw you, jackass. Bees are evil and must die. Yes, I have Rusty Cheese Knife. It's a good game. You should play it. Because he's insane, J-Mon. Incredibly insane. Because he's awesome, is the real answer there. No boost. Oh, those flowers are super dead. Next time I play Undertale, rip. Now, like you do, we're just going to hold on to this red shell until the end. Because you never know. No, I actually will play Undertale one more time. God, I almost got hit because my phone went off just there. It was just a spam mail too. There! Again, that was to the game, not you guys. Oh my god. And you... anytime I play a game that doesn't have a story, I approach it in the same general way. Fuzzy Duck. Or, not Fuzzy Duck, sorry, Crazy Norse. You both asked me, like, the same type of question right after each other. The idea is to just play the game until I feel I have reached a satisfying fruition or conclusion point, or to play it until I run out of time, which would be until the end of Saturday, or till, yeah, about the end of Saturday at this point. And definitely not do tons and tons of multiplayer with you guys. Is Deltarune on the site? Well, there's only one way to find that out, Fuzzy Duck.
Spyro, we urgently need your help. The evil cat wizards of Velinia have stormed our castle and captured our princess. If we don't stop them right away, they'll force her to marry Prince Asriel.
The Felinias? Really? You know, I probably have enough gems at this point. Oh, yeah, armored. Didn't even see. Khajiit have princess if you have coin. Anyways, yeah, technically a Daedra can basically do whatever they want to, within reason. Unless they're in their own realm, in which case they can do, in which case they can do anything they want to. So that could be a Daedra right there. Oh, I'm sorry, Fuzzy Duck. Yes, that's a more reasonable question. Yes, it's 4 when the full game comes out. Sorry. Oh, that all sucked. Well, I give up on this game. 0 out of 10. Grandia, you got it. Grandia.
Come, pay close attention. Hopefully you'll learn something.
Alright, who's donating? I can get him off the list. I can get Jamon off the list. There we go. Off the list. It's Tom Cruise Mom Shoes who says, "Why aren't you playing Bloodstained? You're dumb and stupid. I hate you. P.S. Die in a fire." Well, it's all a valid comment. I am terrible and I do deserve to die in a fire, but I'm still appreciative of the donation. So thank you very, very much, Tom Cruise Mom Shoes. As always, appreciative. And I have put that down towards Bloodstained. Really? Game? So, I'm not 100% sure why this happens, but every now and again a donation comes in that is not in dollars. And that donation, PayPal just holds on to it and is like, nope, I'm just going to sit on this. And I have to go and manually accept that donation. I actually have 4 other ones I need to be keeping an eye out for. 3 of which I don't know who they are, which really sucks.
Hurry, Spyro. If we don't get to the castle right away, the princess will be forced to marry that loser, Prince Asriel.
Who the heck is this Asriel guy? Anyways. So in other words, I have... What are they in? GBP, whatever that is. CAD, which I believe is Canadian dollars. And I didn't write down the other two. Now, you might be like, well, hang on, Laura, you get subs and stuff from people outside of country all the time. And that is correct. However, some people don't have what's referred to as a... I forget the term. A such-and-such account. In other words, a account that PayPal is considered trusted. So any donation that is either untrusted and or unverified, or whatever the hell the term is, and not in US dollars is automatically held. Now, as I mentioned a few days ago when I first noticed this issue, I bothered to sit down with PayPal and spent some time going through a lot of paperwork in order to ensure that that wouldn't happen again. So, hypothetically, that should never happen again. For how long? Indefinitely. They hold on to it until I manually accept it. So, infinite time. Oh, and there's no funny fact, there's also no notification when one of these happens. The only way to check is to go manually look, like I do on a semi-regular basis. Specifically because I've had this issue before. Can the donator look? I don't know. But if they don't have a verified PayPal account, maybe not.
Well, Spyro, today is your lucky day. The wizards and I have worked out a little deal. If you simply pay a small toll, they'll be happy to raise these steps and let you pass. Suit yourself, Spyro. But every time I think of that poor, poor fairy princess being captured by those villainous wizards, I simply break down in tears.
I don't know, Loner. I'm sure there are some valid reasons for it to exist. I just don't know what they are off the top of my head. But yeah, so if anybody who is currently alive donated to me on the 11th of June for 10 British pounds, the 9th of June for 15 Canadian dollars, the 8th of June at 11:44 and 4 seconds a.m. I think I know who that is. Or... And of course I didn't write that down the currency because I'm an idiot, but May 28th at 2 p.m. my time, obviously. Then say something so I can figure out who you are. Because, see, this is the other problem. When I'm looking at the PayPal side of things, it's all the money side of things. Most of you don't, and for logical reasons, your Twitch name, that name right there that I'm looking at on the chat, is completely different than that name over there. The name that's attached to your PayPal account.
You have chosen wisely, Spyro. I'll tell the wizards to raise the steps immediately. Oh, and best of luck rescuing that princess, or whatever it is you're up to.
I was about to say, if I have to pay that again, there's going to be some hell. Oh, it's timed. Okay, sure. I can work with that. Apparently I can't jump 2 in a row. Wow, okay. Oh no, it shouldn't happen anymore, Jamon. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I got it sorted out. The only way to really know is to just watch it manually for the next few weeks and see if it happens again, but pretty sure I got it. But we will see.
There's no time to lose. Prince Azrael and his cat armies are about to steal our poor princess.
Didn't he already steal the princess? Like, aren't I actively rescuing her now? Okay, that's Death Water. Did you guys know that was Death Water? Because I didn't. Good morning, Mr. Funbags. Would you guys like a nice, refreshing glass of death water? Sure, Blue Wolf, whatever. I'm not gonna argue it. Put bluntly, I haven't been able to see in basically any of the water I've seen so far. So I just saw water and was like, okay, let's hop in. Although, to be 100% blunt, I also think it's incredibly stupid that some water is kill water and some water isn't. Like, lava being kill, sure. Acid being kill, sure. That's water. What trailer has it? Sorry. Oh, no, I have not. Hell, I was late today because I was doing so many things this morning. Like, the best I got is maybe it's magic water. Which, I don't know. Wow, Javin. Well, I'm glad you're liking it. So anyways, hang on. So Loner says 2 a.m. on the night from the 27th to 28th. Hang on. Spyro just doesn't... No, Spyro just has too much tude to swim. Yep. Spyro looks at the water and is like... There we go. And the water's like... and kills him in one hit. Before I move forward, thank you very much, Omega Legion. As always, much appreciate your sub. Thank you. Now, if you'd like to know, or if you know what you'd like... God, I'm screwing up all my words this morning. I've been up since 5. If you know what you'd like to put that towards, as far as a future stream, just let me know. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can put it towards. Otherwise, thank you. So anyways, Loner, getting back to you. I actually have the exact time of the donation, if you could look up in your records. It was... So, how off from Eastern Standard Time are you? Because I can tell you that, but... Okay, Grandia it is. Omega Legion. 8 hours forward? Grandia. So noted. And thank you again, Omega Legion. So that would have been 10 o'clock in your case. That would have been May 28th, 10 p.m. and 20 seconds is the exact time. Whoop. God, I hate those cats. Well, I appreciate it, Omega Legion. Believe it or not. I know, it's crazy. No, seriously though, thank you. Of course, Mr. Funbags. I have infinite time to do fun little things like that. Honestly, I actually don't really work a real job. I've been meaning to tell you that, guys. I literally just sit around and play video games all day. And I guess cook and watch Star Trek. Ah!
Hi, Spyro. Isn't Prince Azrael just the dreamiest? The other fairies and wizards won't let us get married, so we're going to elope. By the way, Azrael says you can have this egg if you don't tell anyone where we went.
Sure. I like her dress. I like how the cat person just has this evil eyebrow thing going on, like he's straight out of Dragon Ball. Anyways, no, Gum Gum. He's annoying. The end. Really? Really? Anyways. Look, sleep is for the weak. And the dead. I don't... In-depth classic, Omega Legion. typing out in-depth classic each time was not really feasible. So I just sort of hope that people know what it means. Like, if someone's already donating to me, there's a decent chance they know what the term in-depth classic means. That's why I feel comfortable doing that.
Good day, Spyro. I'd like to stay and chat, but I'm late for an engagement with a fairy friend of mine. Just a friend, you understand. Strictly platonic relationship. Certainly not a violation of military protocol whatsoever. What? What are you giving me that look for?
Dude, I don't give a damn who you date, okay? I really don't.
Where have you been, James? We were supposed to meet in the temple an hour ago. And don't give me that old matters of national security line again. I guess it doesn't matter, though. The whole temple is full of nasty cat witches anyway. We'll just have to call off our date. That is, unless you want to battle the witches.
I hate this song. Much better. Well, Loner, I actually have an email attached to it as well. And obviously, I don't want to give out your email on public record, but does your email start with an F and end with a number 8? By chance? Cat witches. Okay, then that's you. All right. Well, so what would you like to put that towards, Loner? Oh my God. We need horrible death doom music. Do I have horrible? Yes, I do have. I do have horrible death doom music. Here we go. Here we go. Give me just a second. Let's use this playlist for that.
Aren't just for show after all. Well, I just hope your accuracy is better than your punctuality, because there are still a lot more witches in the temple.
Correct, by the way, Dakota. This sucks. Holy crap. They have like a pseudo homing, but they don't start homing initially. So unless I do that, which doesn't always work, as indicated. I mean, that's horrible and terrible, and they should recompense those people with actual money, Gum Gum. And if they don't, they should be sued for money. Not that I'm in favor of lawsuits.
I must admit, James, I am impressed. There are still a few witches left, though, and this time they mean business. They even turned the floor into deadly blue ooze.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Do be careful, okay?
You got it, Loner. I'll have to look up the amount later, because I have it written down for some reason, but yep. You got it. So apparently it's ooze. There you go, that's what that is. It's even bubbling. So apparently I'm just a moron. As if we didn't know that already. Home! Or shoot in front of me. One of the two. Jesus! Well, one turns you into a superhuman awesome doom. Yeah, that kills you. Usually destroys your equipment first, which really sucks.
You did it, James! Oh, I knew you weren't the leader of the hummingbird resistant movement for nothing. Now we have the temple all to ourselves. But first, I have a present for you.
That's because Jake Kaufman is amazing, Fuzzy Duck. Like a round 2. Doesn't look like it. Alright, cool. Alright, back to the actual in-game music. I guess. Is it really more cowbell? That's funny. I mean, the first day is just a smorgasbord of games. There's no real theme to it. Crowd pleasers. That's the first day's streams. Crowd pleasers. Anyways, I don't have any thoughts on that. Sorry, Gum Gum. I mean, it's just another Cartman is an idiot joke. I am glad you're liking it, J-Mon. It was a bit of an experimental game, since it actually originally started as a board game, and you could probably tell. Death. Horrible death. Where am I? Oh, I'm over here. Damn it. That's my answer to that, Gum Gum. I mean, I like DOS 1 and DOS 2 very, very much, so whatever. As they say. But yeah, it would be nice to see Larian, you know, follow through on some of their stuff. Which they basically hate doing. Hey, what's up? Oh, you son of a Submariner! You pissant little... When you were born, your mother cried. And then abandoned you. In a dumpster. I don't know how to do that. I mean, Tazara, there's only two ways to go about this. You can either interrupt publicly Or you can interrupt privately. Take your pay. Yeah, the range on his cone attack is awful. It's probably one of my biggest complaints about these games' kit. But whatever. Before we even think about going over there again, because screw it, we're going to go ahead and try that portal. Hello? God. Couldn't move past his corpse.
According to legends, there's a golden goose at the top of this here mountain. I want to be the first person to the top so I can grab it. I just bought some Insta-Sprout Ultra Super Grow seeds from a bear with a bag of gems. He said they were magic, but I can't make them do anything. You can have a couple if you like.
One of my fondest GDQ memories is actually from AGDQ... Oh, I don't know the year. 14, 15, or 16. It was one of those. It was the first time we hit 1 million, ever. And we hit 1 million during the final run, which was a Chrono Trigger run. That was a hell of a night. Okay, why are you not doing it? There you go. I don't know why it occasionally just doesn't do the jump at the end. See it like that. I don't actually know what I'm doing wrong there. I always hate that in games, personally. When I don't actually know what I'm doing wrong. It's one of the most frustrating experiences.
This egg on the way up here. I think it was laid by a golden goose. We'll have to keep going. We're almost to the top. You've been doing great so far. Why don't you take 2 more seeds?
You know, you could just give me all your seeds and we could just skip all this. Damn it, Tazara. See, I told you Tazara was insane. You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me when I said Tazara was insane. I think I could make that, but no. Are you done being evil, Tazara? Oh, God dang it. I could totally make that. See? I told you I could make it. Yes, Tizara did Tom Cruise mom shoes. Okay, I think he's done. Thank you very, very much. And thank you very, very much, Tizara. And also Tizara. For those of you not aware at home, Tizara is actually two separate people. It's kind of a hive mind, collective consciousness sort of thing. It's really creepy, but it's okay, because all of them apparently like my show, which is strange. But there's actually several different Tizaras. There's more than just the two. Either way, thank you, Tizara57, and thank you, Tizara83. Much appreciate. Thank you. Now, you know the question I'm going to ask of both Tizaras. No, they're all very sane. Very sane. So you're just adding this to the pile? Am I to understand? Or is there another email I have somehow missed? No, I haven't missed another email. Okay, well then. That means I gotta do something real quick. Alright, we gotta stop the stream! But seriously, I do need to stop the stream for a second. Give me a moment. Well, see, part of the problem here, Tizara, is that you're effectively giving me money through three separate sources. And I just want to make sure I'm clear on all three of those. It's actually two sources, but whatever. So we're going to go and pull this up, which should show me what I need, theoretically. Right? Of course it's not going to show me what I... Why would I do that? That would be insane. Maybe this will actually give me the log. There we go. Perfect. Alright, I found the log. Alright, let's see here. Tizara is evil. Tizara's evil. Tizara's very evil. Give me a sec, guys. I got a number for you if you care, Tizara. If you don't, that's okay, because I got the number. That's the only part that really matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 106. Which means 86 needs to be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means $12.28 to each. Which we're going to round down. And then up. Now I'm going to stop the entire stream to do his allocation, because it's going to take some mathing. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'll do that later. I'm done poking fun. I apologize. Don't hate me. You gotta poke fun. If you don't poke fun, then what's the point, right? So it looks like I want... Might not be high enough, though. In fact, I know that won't be high enough. So hang on, let's get rid of that. Now that's a very interesting sentence, Gum Gum. Because I have played Black Ops 1. Pretty sure. But I played the beginning of Black Ops 1. Well, that's because you're terrifying hazardous. Like you gotta rein it in a bit, man. What? Hey, Stringer. What's up? I'm just trying to get some eggs. I love eggs. All species must be protected. All of them. There will be no death ever again. Whoops. Didn't pick it up. Yeah, forgettable's a good word for it. I can't remember. Is that the one about the one where we have the orbital death lasers to fight the insurgency? Or was that Black Ops 2? I really don't remember. Hey, it's the Golden Goose.
At last, I found the legendary Golden Goose. You can have another one of its eggs as a souvenir.
I feel like those aren't its eggs. Call me a weirdo.
That's the ugliest goose I've ever seen.
Thanks. Ah! So anyways, favorite video game voice actor? Me! No, I'm kidding. No, Loner. If you mean the Forbidden List, then no. I mean, you can see the Forbidden List. It's on the website. It's fully updated. No, it's not forbidden. That's exactly the point. I don't think I can name a favorite voice actor. If you put a gun to my head, I'd say Troy Baker. Hey, a ranged attack. Holy crap. Oh, I get it. Okay. Well, that's lame. I have, Jamon. Although I'm not really a follower of it, but I have seen it, yeah. Oh god! Ah! Ah! Thank you very much, Chai Guy. As ever, much appreciate those subs. Thank you. I'll just jot that down here. towards Soten. And thank you very, very much. I can't make that. There's no way. Take two. I mean, yeah, Gum Gum. It's not forbidden, so it's allowed. That's how that works. Okay. Well, we played through Infinity War when it came out. It was a couple years ago at this point. Which I actually rather enjoyed. I think I was the only person on the planet who really liked Infinity War. Go figure. Have fun, Javan. Didn't I say infinite? What did I say? The command is, "Hey guys, link me!" And then Shazah. I said Infinity War. Wow. Yeah, infinite warfare is what I meant. Oh, bull honky. Need to get the stupid egg. That's it. There you go. Thank you, Platty. I was just about to say, since no one's linking you, give me a second. Okay. 12 to go, guys. 12 to go. Let's just do this. We got this. I haven't had a drink this morning. My drinks are just sitting here unpoured. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the main campaign of Infinite Warfare. It did have a few issues. There were a few moments which were just amazingly stupid.
Hello. I thought you might be hungry.
She's a bunny!
Did you bring any chips?
I'm sorry this happened, but I tried to warn you.
I had to help Spyro rescue the eggs.
You just don't understand. If we don't bring dragons back to this world soon, all our magic will be lost.
The dragons used to live here?
Yes, this was their original home. But a long, long time ago, the sorceress banished them to the other side of the world. She didn't realize the dragons were the source of all our magic.
Maybe I could convince the dragons to come back, if you let me go.
I'm sorry. I can't.
I like how he could literally fit through those bars if he wanted to. Like, literally could fit through those bars if he wanted to. No, that is not the one with Kevin Spacey. That's the one with Claudia Black. And probably other actors as well. Claudia Black, there's a good voice actress. Yeah, the one with Jon Snow. One of the most pathetic villains I've ever seen in a Call of Duty game. That's another problem that game had. Just, whatever. Which is funny, because the Mars Defense Front in general was a very effective villain, in my opinion. Missing one. What am I missing? Yeah, exactly, J-Mon. I'll be 100% honest, the name only sounds a little bit familiar, Goki. I mostly remember trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Either way, hi! Right, and I can't do that yet. Welcome to the stream. As I am fond of saying, don't be a stranger. Again. Who does Kit Harington play, Stringer? If you don't mind my asking. Speaking of really good voice actors, and I mean this sincerely, John Delancey. He's actually only done a little bit of voice work, but everything he's done has been phenomenal, in my opinion. I still need a person, right? Yeah, no, I still need a person. What am I missing? What level am I missing? Lost... You know what, I'll just look this up. I'll just make this easy. I'll just make it easy. Ah! Kit Harington is Jon Snow. Gotcha. Okay, so we've got Evening Link, obviously Lost Fleet... do we have Bentley's out? We do have Bentley's Outpost, Frozen Altars, Lost Fleet, Fireworks Factory. We do not have Charmed Ridge, Honey Speedway, Boss thing. So we're missing Fireworks Factory. Where the heck is the Fireworks Factory? Aha! Voila. Yeah, Joe DiMaggio, or John DiMaggio, is also an excellent actor, in my opinion. I usually tend to gravitate towards actors who either know how to really throw themselves into roles and manage both nuance, subtlety, and strength, and or actors who really have a lot of range.
Hello. It's good to see you again, Spyro. That naughty sorceress has stolen the professor's rocket plans, and I'm on a secret mission to find them. Handel was supposed to meet me here, but I can't find him anywhere. Maybe you could help.
Yeah, Maurice LaMarche is a great example of someone with fantastic range. For a real-life example, Ben Kingsley, who is an actor who can do an enormous range of roles. Hey, Materia Keeper. What's up? Wow, the ninjas are literally spawning. That's cute. Honestly, this is actually the only song in the entire game I really like so far. Of the trilogy, I mean. I don't mean the other songs are bad, just that I actually really like this song. I mean, I'd probably do voice acting if I could. But I am terrible at it. So, you know, there is that problem. What, this game, Zalok? The one I'm currently playing? I mean, it's not bad, by any measure. There's several things wrong with it, but it's not bad. Did everyone just have one TV in 1955? I mean, I have 0 TVs now. But in 90... I'm trying to think. The first time I ever had more than one television in a household was when I moved in with several friends. And it was their TVs. That would have been 2002, actually. I think part of the problem, Zalok, and this is just unavoidable, is that we're playing all 3 games. After a while, it's just another Spyro game, you know what I mean?
It looks like you'll have to use this cannon to get across here. Simply climb aboard. As for me, I just have to free my mind.
Okay. Really? They even used the sound effect. Wow. Well, no, my point is... I don't know how to put this. I'm trying to think of a way to say this that doesn't sound like an insult to the game. After a certain point, it's like, well, we're going and collecting gems and getting eggs, and that's it. Like, there's no real substantial variety to a lot of the core gameplay loop. There's a little bit of variety they added in both 2 and 3, which is awesome. But, yeah. But yeah, no, that's actually a good way to put it. This feels a lot like a popcorn game to me. Like, I have no real intention to ever play this again afterwards. Just like any given popcorn game. It's like, oh, alright, cool. I'm with it. it was an enjoyable piece of popcorn. I mean, there's a reason we've been discussing basically everything except the game for the last 3 days, you know what I mean, Zillow? Talking about Star Wars, and Doctor Who, and South Park, and 50 other things. I imagine my niece would enjoy this game, yeah.
I think I can see an egg behind you, but it's out of reach. You'll have to take the long way around through these Rhinox to get to it.
Okay. You know what, whatever, I don't even care. Yeah, exactly, more cowbell. It's a pretty competent 90s collectathon, and I'd say the remake is pretty good, too. No, there's fun stuff here. I mean, I know what a boring game looks like, and I know what a bad game looks like, and this is neither. So since we're on the best music in the game here, let's see what it sounded like back in the day. I'll even mute myself.
It looks like the sorceress has already used the plans to build her own walk-in. We have to destroy it. Just follow me.
See you around, Tazara. But, okay. Those are some sturdy eggs.
Hey, look what was in the walk-in. They must have been trying to put it into orbit.
It's one way to hide it, I guess.
If you see Hansel, tell him I've gone back to Evening Lake to finish work on the professor's walk-in.
Yeah, sure thing. Did I say goodbye to Tazara? If I didn't, goodbye, Tazara, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Or even today. Anyways. I apparently haven't rescued a person. Huh. One time in human... It's so hard to pick just one time, Gum Gum. I mean, you've got the heyday of Justinian's reign. You've got the expansionist period of the Russian Empire under Catherine the Great. You've got pretty much everything about the era of... Hang on a second. Okay. The Peloponnesian War.
You'll have to use this combo power-up to take out these fire dragons. It will allow you to super fly and super flame at the same time.
Yes, that's nice. Die, monster. Die. Ah, where'd he go? Where'd you go, monster? So that I might kill. Oh my god, I'm not on a timer for once. I do have health, though. Oh, what else? There's pretty much everything about the lead up to the Great War. I also find quite a few of the Egyptian eras fascinating as well. Hard for me to narrow that one down. Let's see, what else? God, I know there's more. There's a lot of history I find absolutely fascinating. No! Okay, we're okay, we're okay. We're not okay, we're dying, but at least we're not dead. It's actually funny you say that, Jaemon. I was just thinking to myself how stupid I was for picking such obvious picks and well-known parts of history, you know. Ah, yes, everything about the Sengoku Jidai is absolutely thrilling. Just, that is a great chunk of history right there. No, I'm not good enough to do that, Fuzzy Duck, and I mean that sincerely. I can only give, at best, a passive, amateur's look at history. There's better history channels than me. God dang it. Decided this minigame sucks. Well, you notice they're healing, and I'm not actually 100% sure why they're healing. Most important historical event nobody knows about. Well, a few thousand years ago, I ended up creating the very concept of literature, and... Oh, you mean not me. I think I did, Materia Keeper, unless there's another one. A second one. I can go check. I guess I can check now. Let's see. Yep, nope. Looks like I did all of them there. If this is on a timer, this would be so much... That is such a weird trend for Spyro. So if this was on a timer, like most of the power-ups are, this would be a lot worse. It's not, so it's not. I mean, that's just the theme of this entire game, I swear. Spyro, it could be much worse. I swear they're speeding up, too. This is kind of boring. And the best part is I can't really have a conversation right now because I have to concentrate. Ugh. Good morning, Alex. What's up? I'm pretty sure I'm right. They are speeding up when they get smaller. Greatest battle in history. Well, we all know what that one is, right? The one you're watching right now. I have no idea, Gum Gum. I mean, oh. God, Blue has healed a lot. I'm about ready to just give up on this straight. This is actually kind of irritating. By kind of, I mean extremely. If they weren't healing, this would be a lot easier. Or simpler. Or done by now. So I guess I lied. There is a timer on this, because they heal over time. Because of course they do. Hi, Platy. And we're dead. I'm done with this. This is dumb. This is taking up way too much goddamn time. Moving on. Damn it, I can't zoom in anymore. I was going to zoom in just for you. Thank you very, very much, Kingsfold. As ever and as always, appreciate those subs. Thank you. Do you know what you want to put it towards? Other than me stopping that fight. Yeah, that fight's just... Oh, no thank you. And hello, Dream Whisperer. And hello, Seth. You missed us giving up on a thing. So that's that. But there's two others. Oh, the two are that one. So we're actually done here. Until I rescue a person. How many tiers are there for subs? 3. They used to just be called, you know, $5, $10, or hang on, it's $5, $15, $30? I don't actually remember. They used to just call them that, and then they decided to call them tiers for some reason. I'm not actually sure why. I already did Charmed Ridge. I already did the Sunken Place. I already did the Whale. My favorite general in history? Belisarius. That's such an easy answer. And I know it's the typical answer. I don't care. It's still just, yeah, no, Belisarius. Sold. I even did the Speedway. I don't know where to go right now. Unless the game just expects me to get 100 eggs now. You don't know Belis... Okay. Well, Belisarius was involved in the Battle of... which was... he was a Byzantine general. One of the Eastern Roman Empire fun times. Are we done here? We're done, okay. You got this, Alex. Except maybe the long neck part.
That's it! I've had enough! I'm going to create a monster to end all monsters! And I'm going to send it out to destroy all the dragons, even the little hatchlings. Yes, yes! It will smash them and crush them and grind them and tear them. Oh, yes! Smear them and smush them and crack them and crease them!
Let me out of here, you!
But, won't that kill them?
It doesn't matter, as long as I can still collect their wings!
What? All this time you've only wanted them for their wings?
Of course, you ignorant girl! I need them for a spell so I can live forever!
Wait a second. A spell?
What did you think I was going to do with all those dragons? Open a zoo?
Ooh, if I had my blaster, you'd be singing a different tune! Know what I mean?
You said just keeping them in our world was enough. You never said you had to kill them.
I don't have to kill them. It just stops them from wriggling so much.
You're terrible. I can't believe I ever listened to you.
Stupid, insolent brat. I'll take care of her as soon as I finish off that dragon. Now, where was I? Ah, yes.
Oh, this is gonna get real ugly.
Ah.
Right. We don't even see the transformation this time.
This might be our last stand, Spyro. The sorceress plans to use this monster to destroy every iota of her opposition, beginning with the two of us. Alas, there is no time for ruminating. A battle awaits us. I will endeavor to assist you by means of a steady provision of combustible projectiles.
You heard him, guys. This thing is really hard to aim. I just want to make that very clear how irritating this is to aim. God dang. No, he's Man-Bat. Like that. I couldn't even aim at the guy who was right there. At least those home. God damn it! This is actually frustrating. 2 so far, Omega. Mostly because this boss sucks. No, seriously. The fact that I'm supremely... So I can't actually breathe while I've got the guns equipped. So I'm actually limited to the guns while it's equipped. And the gun aims like ass. It would literally be easier to do what I just did, as I just demonstrated, rather than to use the gun. Look at that. Boom. Done. No issues. Oh yeah, and of course the boss has invuln periods, because... I mean, everyone loves that mechanic, right? It's one of our favorite boss mechanics. Look at that! It's one of our favorite boss mechanics when it comes to bosses. It's a shame, because honestly, the first 2 bosses in this game were pretty decent. Like, I was with it. That was awful. So you notice, I mean, I could just dissect how awful that was. First of all, I was stuck in an 8-direction axis for aiming, which in an area where I also had no control over my camera. So I had to, if you ever wonder why I kept moving way back to the end of the arena, it's so I could see everything in the arena, because I had no camera control. Second problem, actually, excuse me, third problem, because we have 8-direction aiming and camera control.
Hi, Bianca. Did you bring any more food? I'm starving.
Smack!
Time for that, Hunter. We have to stop the sorceress. She's gonna kill all the dragon hatchlings.
Wait a minute. Why should I trust you? This could be another trap.
You're in a cage, you furry numbskull. How can I trap you by letting you out?
I don't know. You sorceress types can be sneaky.
I want to slug him so badly.
I never thought we were going to hurt the dragons. Come on, we don't have time for this.
Third problem was the auto lock-on. You noticed that, right? It would automatically lock onto something, which actually would make it miss. If you notice, I was trying to compensate for the auto lock-on to force the bullets to actually hit, and it was like, nope. You're going to auto lock-on and hit right behind him. Fourth problem was the fact that he had the paling, which I've given my opinion on that boss mechanic many, many times. Fifth problem was the fact that it would... So, breath is trumped by red weapon, is trumped by green weapon, with no option to change between the 3. So I'm basically stuck with one particular mechanic or another, depending on which specific one I happen to have picked up last. Which means if I was stuck in a situation where I, for example, needed to defend myself and couldn't, because I happen to have a green weapon, well, screw it, I get to waste a green weapon.
Spyro, I know you don't trust me, but I want to help you stop the sorceress. There's a way to open a hidden portal to her lair, but it'll take some very strong magic. If you can find more of the dragon eggs, I think my magic will be strong enough to open the portal. I'll come find you when you have enough eggs, okay?
Oh yeah, by the way, lore shock. That she's joining us, I mean. I don't know if that's negative worthy by itself. But that really was a terribly designed fight, in my opinion. Just terrible. And it's disappointing because the boss fights in 2 and 3 have been a nice breather from the rest of the game. You know, generally excellent stuff and fun stuff. I'm like, yeah! And then that, out of nowhere. What the hell, game? No, there's no aiming. Oh, actually, that's not true. Maybe there was aiming. But in order to... So this goes back to what Jamon mentioned. I'm sorry. Let me rewind a second. Yes, you could aim. But in order to aim, you have to stop. Like this. See? This is how you aim. So, in a fight where he's constantly tossing out giant fireballs that spread out all over the place, and enemies, you have to stop dead to aim. I don't even know if you could do that. It honestly didn't occur to me to, because... Well, that's not true. It occurred to me to, and I was like, I'm not stopping on this fight. Like, that was exactly what went through my mind. I was like, there's no way. So, anyways. I hear my nemesis. The nemesis must die! Abandon all reason. Abandon all hope. Just chase him forever. So this is the rest of the stream right here. We're just going to chase him forever and never actually catch him. So I hope you've enjoyed this... No, we got him. Burps are not funny. I am actually going to add that to the aggregate negatives, of which we have more than one. What was that boss's name? I guess I should look it up. Scorch, I think. Oh, Scorch, right? What was that, Scorch? That was totally Scorch. Okay, we're cool. Oh god, yeah, there's the double... Yeah, whatever. It does look nice. I'm with it. I'm with it. You know, we got kind of some pretty skies going on. Always a fan of the purple. I was born to the purple myself, so... That's a lie. There. Nice big write-up on why that boss fight sucked. I think that aggregate is pretty full. If we come up with any more aggregate negatives, we're going to have to add another one. I'm pretty sure this is the last world. No, I don't think so, Gum Gum. Yep, there's the door. Oh, I'm sorry, Jaemon. So, that's a way to distinguish between the different games. Because we're technically reviewing 3 games, but we're also just reviewing 1 game. So, those distinguish when those particular positives or negatives were given out. Which one's 14, Dakota? Yeah, I know. Make fun. I don't remember. Fates. Gotcha. I like the aircraft carrier. And that was me failing right there. Guess I can get this guy in 8 seconds. There we go. And yeah, I did a rumination on the 3rd of the 3 chapters. Because that was the specific one that was requested. What do you mean, dislike when it's shown, Gum Gum? You mean like gore? I don't like gore. No, Dakota. I don't think I did any of that on my playthrough at all. I'll be completely honest, I don't remember. Oh, wow. I mean, there's plenty of tropes I dislike. 10,000 years is probably the one I complain about the most. There's also the, we're elves, and therefore we are ancient beyond all knowledge and reason. There is nothing beyond us. I am so far beyond you, and you are this insignificant speck. And that's why I'm taking all this time to explain to you how inferior you are to me. Because that's how irrelevant you are to me. Is you're relevant enough for me to spend several hours of my day constantly telling you about Kingsfold and how awesome he is. Although Kingsfold's kind of worth that, but, you know. What else? Help me out, guys. What's some other terrible fantasy tropes? Well, honestly, elves in general tend to lean in that direction way too much. It also dovetails into what I call vampire ego syndrome. Which is just, oh, I am so super amazingly beyond you in every way. Wow. 15,000 gems and 149 eggs. So I'm guessing that's the final thing, which can go to hell. Anyways, thank you very, very much, Kingsfold. You are awesome. Not gonna say you're breathtaking. Maybe a little bit. But thank you very much. Do you know what you want to put that towards? But yeah, it's the problem that Huthor and Takoda and several other people have referenced. It's the idea of ripping off Tolkien without understanding why Tolkien did the things the way he did them. In short, it's a variant on bullet point syndrome. You got it, Kingsfold. DKC2. At this point, I'm going to have to add DKC3 to the list soon. Or rather, you guys are going to have to. But thank you again.
Spyro, don't tell anyone, but we were stolen some magic from the sorceress. We're hiding here whilst we practice using it. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of an accident and turned everything into crystal, and it seems to have aggravated the indigenous creatures.
Well, that's a mistake. Well, I mean, if you want to make it... Hang on, Kingsfold, let me check. Yes, I did. It's right there. I mean, we could argue the specifics and why-fors of why Tolkien decided to make the elves, but the simplest and easiest way to explain it is because the elves are angels. Like, it's not a one-to-one, but you get the idea. And of course it fits some narrative aspects of the story, aka the idea that only with the relevant perspective of impermanence could you have the necessary qualities for moving forward and change and growth and dynamic and blah 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 blah. Whereas the elves for the most part were effectively stagnant, not because they were evil or bad or horrible or stabbing Alex, but instead because of the fact that that's not what their purpose was. In other words, I hate to gush about Tolkien for a second here, but one of the things I like about Tolkien's works is the idea that the elves aren't evil or... Basically, the elves are portrayed as stagnant, but the stagnation itself is not portrayed as a bad idea. Instead, it's more like the stagnation is simply for them and not for everyone else. Everyone else should go ahead and progress. That's why the elves left. They were like, alright, well, we're done. We've done our bit. We're good. Moving on. And of course, people who are far more versed in Tolkienese can talk more about that than I can. Anyways, are you for real, Alex? I mean, that's not even $1, which actually, by my own rules, is the minimum donation amount. Please don't make me play that awful, awful game. I mean, I'll do it if I have to. That's my job.
Would you like to see a magic trick? Watch carefully. As you can see, there is nothing up my left sleeve and nothing up my right sleeve. But now, with a wave of my hands and the magic word, Alakazam!
Yeah, that's pretty magic. That's another good point. Usually, the reason stagnation is portrayed as in a negative light in fiction is because they're stagnant and they're holding on. They're clinging to their fading relevance when they're past their time, right? The elves fully embraced and accepted that they were past their time, at least for the most part. It was, in fact, the weirdos who wanted to stay behind and actually do something about the current events. Yes, substantially, Go-Go. Dragon Age dwarves are also awesome, but that's neither here nor there. And yes, Disco, they must all die. Could you do that again?
You want to...
I mean, granted, most dwarven cultures are actually pretty analogous to each other.
All this magic is just misdirection, you know? Which is why I'm going to start that whirlwind over there. Abracadabra!
Okay. When is a dwarf not awesome? When he's Varric's brother. I had to think about that one for a second.
Okay.
Spyro, did you know I happen to be a very talented amateur magician? My specialty is the amazing extending bridge trick. I'd love to show you, but I'll need a small donation first. For my expenses, you understand. You shouldn't anger a magician, Spyro. I just might decide to turn you into a blue hedgehog or something.
I mean, I'm kind of with you in general, Max Time. Facetiousness aside, dwarves are almost always awesome, at least in my opinion. I mean, one of my favorite races, I'll say it that way. One of my favorite races in Warcraft are the dwarves. And, you know, the dwarves are awesome in the Tolkienverse, and the dwarves are awesome in Dragon Age. I mean, you get it.
Very good. Let's see. Hocus pocus, zigglety zen, make this bridge get long again.
I've been working on a great new magic trick, but this bear keeps spoiling it.
Okay, now, do it. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Oh yes, Ogren's wife. That's another example of a horrible dwarf.
Well, I suppose I could show you my new trick. As long as you promise not to tell the great Zamboni, he steals all my best work.
Hey, this looks familiar.
Here, you can have this. I was going to use it in a trick, but my magic, it just keeps bouncing off.
Yeah, sure, Huthor. Sorry, Alex, I'm actually debating. I wasn't ignoring you. I should have said something out loud. Honestly, I'm actually going to go with both. Oh, wow, that's nice, Huthor. I'm telling you, I wouldn't mind living there. And not just because the dwarves live there. Although that is partially why. But yeah, like, I do actually think both are relevant factors. I think that, I mean, we do know that there is such a thing as ring lore, and that there are special type of craftsman techniques that specifically involve using magic in order to craft. And then there's the fact that the elves were the kind of people who would apprentice something for, you know, the decades range. Yeah, I saw the trailer for the Najjatar thing. And I was like, hey, that looks cool. Oh, right.
Hello, you must be Spyro. I've heard a lot of people talking about all the things you've done for them. Do you think you could help find my girlfriend Tara? She went off to raid the tomb of the stone golem, but I haven't seen her since. I'd go look inside the tomb myself, but, you know, there's all these scorpions.
Well, time to go save Tara Croft. I have no idea how Ashara got the Tidestone. In fact, someone actually recently asked me about where the heck the rest of the items were supposed to be, and I actually couldn't recall what happened to them after we used them. I feel like something references that somewhere, but I don't know what. So yeah, I actually do intend to blow up Alex. Just not sure where it is. Oh, that's acid. That's acid. Yes and no, King Arzilla. As I've said many times, I enjoy achievement hunting when achievement hunting is enjoyable. Well, there's an appeal to them, Jaemon, from a creative perspective. But there's also a value to going with elves, dwarves, humans. I know what you're thinking. Well, what possible value could there be in order to do that? Well, you know what an elf is. You know what a dwarf is. And you know what a human is. It's a form of creative shorthand. They don't have to establish the race of dwarves because they were established the moment you said the word dwarves. Make sense? Now, I do still think that that is something that is used a little bit too limitingly. Like that, you know, we should be willing to branch out past that. But that's, I think, one of the big appeals of it. No! Okay, we're okay. There are no fairies, Disco. Only Zool and acid scorpions. Well, that sounds terrifying. Yes, I did, Omega. I mean, my own setting has dwarves and elves as well. Hey, Brogue. And I'll even admit, my own dwarves are kind of typical. So, yeah, I'm with it.
Well, Spyro, I bet you're glad to see me. It just happens that I know the password to open the door to the tomb of the stone golem, but it seems to have slipped my mind for the moment, if you know what I mean. Very well, then. The password to open the tomb is... Are you ready? Gullible!
To go back to the achievements topic for a second, this is related to what Dude McGuy just said. In my experience, there's 3 general categories of achievements. There's just regular old achievements that you get for playing the game. Those are just whatever. They might as well not even be there. Then there's achievements for doing something repetitive. Collect 10,000 such and such, for example. Then there's achievements that are challenging. You know, in other words, go defeat this particular boss, but do so without using the weapon he's weak to. You know, that's the challenge type of achievement. Now, of those three, I tend to gravitate towards the third category, personally. But even those can still be a form of padding. You know, going back to World of Warcraft, since we were just referencing that, I actually really love doing the dungeon and raid achievements, because virtually all of those are in the challenge category, you know. Do such and such during this boss, or prevent this NPC from having this happen, or kill this within a certain period of time, you know. Basically making the boss more challenging than it otherwise would be.
Well, well, look at you, showing up here to raid the tomb after I've done all the hard work. I've spent all day pressing switches and shoving boxes around, and you just waltz in here expecting to claim the treasure? Well, you might as well have it. It's only a lousy egg anyway.
Well, cool. Alright, let's figure out where we can save Agent 9. I don't know if you know this, Disco, but there actually are fairies. That's true, Disco. There are fairies within my own setting, although they're rather restricted, I think is the way I want to put that. Where do I rescue Agent 9? I accept my death. If only it was that easy to die in real life, am I right? I'm not right? Is that him? That is him. Okay. I was going the wrong way anyways. Kind of, Disco. Basically, essentially there was a species of people who, thanks to an extremely wild and incredibly irresponsible magical experiment, had all of their souls kind of shunted into a ley line, which is quite unpleasant. Now, as a consequence of this, in one of the local nexus points, and thanks to some external influence, those souls were being slowly shunted back out of the ley line and into the, onto the surface, where they would then be reborn in a fairy body. Now, the fairies aren't... I guess the best and easiest way to put it is each fairy functionally has amnesia. Yeah, I know, but what I mean by that is a fairy is born and they have the ability to talk, they have the ability to walk, they have the ability to, understand most of the basics of general existence, but they have no real knowledge at all. Because all of that was when they got shoved through the ley line. And it's not, and that's, amnesia is not the perfect way to put it, because that knowledge is literally gone. There's no getting it back.
Well, well, Spyro. Look what I have here. It's a life-size Space Monkey action figure, complete with a fully operational laser. I'd love to let him out so you can play with him, but the sorceress seems to think he's a menace. You don't want to free him? Oh, what's the matter, little dragon? Are you just jealous that no one has ever made an action figure out of you?
Is there a Spyro action figure?
Well, well, Spyro. Ha ha! You've always had a weakness for helping silly little creatures, haven't you, Spyro? Ah, well, I suppose there couldn't be any harm in letting him out. Could there?
Woohoo! Yee-hee! I'm free! Thanks, Spyro. Ooh, say, you ever see a bear dance? No? Well, it's your lucky day. Check this out. Quite the dancer, isn't he? Not much stamina, though. Too bad I had a lot more ammo left. Anyway, I heard all about how you've been fighting a sorceress and her armies and kicking all that butt, and I just wanted to say, huzzah! Yippee! Woohoo!
Wish you could stay, but my homeworld's been overrun by Rhinox since I've been captured. If you happen to see the sorceress, tell her I'll be giving her dancing lessons real soon. Know what I mean?
You bet. Later!
Okay. So, first of all, in answer to Black Vial, no. Although, the closest thing I have in my setting to those the fairies of the eldest would be the elementals.
What was that? Did you see a Rhinoc? I thought I saw a Rhinoc. Ooh, take it from me, Spyro. Never spend a week in a cage. Next thing you know, your whole island will be knee-deep in Rhinocs. Well, gotta go. Mr. Laser Blaster and I have a whole lot of work to do.
And in response to Disco Inferno's question, do you mind...
Agent 9, my favorite pupil, welcome back to my island laboratory. I'm afraid Rhinocs have taken over the entire island. Could you stop them?
Yes. Okay, so, as I was saying... Oh, this is... Oh, God, this is weird. Anyways, Disco. Oh, God, I'm Zigbar. Do you mind sharing with me some of the folklore of fairies so I could answer your question? Oh, that is twitchy. That is super twitchy. Oh my god, look at that. Well, the lore answer, Alex, is because...
A vast number of Rhinocs are waiting to ambush us as soon as I lower this force field. I expect they'll keep coming until you shoot the red...
Yep, okay, that's great. How do you zoom? Oh, there we go. I can do that. Ah! And stop being capable of moving. So, small, nope. Winged, yes. Deal making, nope. Vengeful, nope. Poetic, nope. Human kidnapping, nope. Damn it, Platty. I guess they did have one. Of course there's a Spyro Pop. There's a Funko Pop for everything. For some reason. There's a lot of things I don't get in the world, but I really don't get Funko Pops.
Indicators show that a bunch of Rhinocs are hiding behind the display screen. I'll switch on the view.
Oh my god, that aims horribly. Aiming on a console game. Enough said. At least the hurt box is big.
You cleared them out. Let's see what kind of shape the machine room is in. I have a feeling the Rhinocs haven't been keeping it too clean.
It's actually funny you mentioned that, Gum Gum. I've considered several times renaming the fairies of my setting to something else. The in-lore reason they're named fairies is because fairies were kind of a folklore cultural thing, and then all of a sudden they saw these, creatures being birthed, because they're a relatively new species to the setting, who had wings and, seemed to be elementally attuned, so like, yeah, okay, we'll call them fairies.
Just as I thought, the machine room is overrun with birds. To target the birds in their nests, you'll want to use sniper mode.
Oh, I know several people don't, Blue Wolf, but I do. I actively hate aiming with a console controller. It was one of my biggest complaints about Horizon Zero Dawn. Why? Because it's terrible? I don't know. Name something you hate. Then tell me why.
Nice work, Agent 9. I'm not sure if this is a bird egg or dragon egg. What do you think?
Calcabrina. Ah! Okay, that's not fair.
Now I can switch the gravitonometric generator back on. I hope no birds got in here.
Oh, no. I just linked a Funko Pop for Lorzalot. Alright, so that was a bad example, so let me try this again. I want you to name a food you dislike that has nothing to do with allergies. You just don't like the taste of it. Then I want you to explain to me why you don't like that food. Hey, Aleph. I like how you guys are going out of your way to destroy my point. Anyways, my own answer to your question is, I have no idea why I dislike this. But I do. I hate it. It drives me nuts. I can't do it well, and I've never been able to. The end. It's like asking me why I like the flavor of lemons. Because I like the flavor of lemons, is the answer.
The lab's clear, and it smells better in here already. Follow me outside, where I expect we'll find some Rhinox wearing armor. You'll need a more powerful weapon to
Blah, 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 blah. I just want to get through this, because I'm not really liking this all that much.
By my calculations, the bombs in this handy vending machine should be highly effective against armor. Give it a shot.
Nah. Oh, that's a shame, comma, especially since I like both actors, period. Oh well, comma. I had no plans to see it anyways, period. Make sure you get lots of good stuff while shopping, comma. Especially for cooking, exclamation mark. Lore Mom said the new Men in Black was meh. Of course it is. There is a new Men in Black. It actually came out last weekend. Yes, obviously, Materia Keeper. So, favorite professor in fiction. Name a professor in fiction that isn't from Pokemon. Help me out here. What, Uthor?
Thank you very much for saving my laboratory. Now I can resume thinking.
Okay, so I got Harry Potter. We got Professor Xavier. Oh, Emmett Brown. There you go. Boom. Easy answer. Emmett Brown. Although he's not really a professor. He's the doc. And I don't think he ever was a professor, so he doesn't count. He doesn't count. Never mind. I exit. Doesn't count. Don't worry, Huthor. Give it about a century. We'll probably discover the same damn thing. Yeah, but that just makes him an ex-professor. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
You did it, Spyro! You found enough dragon eggs for me to unlock the portal! Once I've opened it, you can confront the sorceress whenever you're ready. But be careful. She'll be expecting you.
Well, I want to do each world at least once, so let's hold off on that just real quick here. So we did that, so we need to do this one. I mean, Lloyd is amazing. Hi, Saldir. But you wanted to walk around with no pants, Alex? What in the world is wrong with you? My goodness, man. I thought better of you.
Well, gosh darn it, Spyro. I came in here to check on my prisoner only to find out he'd somehow got away again. Then when I came in to look around for clues, one of them routed dinosaurs went and locked me in. Now they're out there causing all sorts of trouble, and there's not a thing I can do about it.
Oh. Sorry. I was just informed that TwitchCon tickets just went up for sale. A game that outstays its welcome? That's actually tough. I can think of a movie immediately, but game? Clearly the Mega Man games. I mean, I'm just sick of there being so many Mega Man games. We just need to be done with them, right? No, Lord of Mordor. No, 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 no. No, if I was going to any convention this year, it would be the one that starts next Sunday. Oh god, I didn't even see that coming. Why didn't that work? I mean, if you want me to pick an individual game, I probably could, but I was thinking like a game franchise. Oh god, I'm back at the beginning. There's actually a lot of games I'd love to speedrun, but there's only one I'd really have a realistic chance of getting into a GDQ. Everyone just has guns in this level. It's very violent. I think we should censor this game more, guys. What do you think? Prevent our kids from understanding that guns exist in the Old West. don't have an answer for you, Disco. Well, it's okay. These are Western guns, Materia Keeper. That's on brand. Well, again, it wasn't a film, it was a film series. In this case, specifically Friday the 13th, or really any horror series. I mean, how many Friday the 13th films did they make? Or Jason films? That's actually a better example. Jason goes to space. Because he forgot that that was actually a thing that happened.
Well, I'll be, so that's how my prisoners keep escaping. Here, take this dinosaur egg away before it hatches and causes more trouble. I think it must have been the runt of the litter, though. Jump in, Jehoshaphat. That's the cutest looking dinosaur I ever did see.
So I already hit the speedway. Zero, actually, dude, McGuy. We've been good to go for a little bit here. I'm just trying to showcase, or I guess look at, each of the worlds. Speaking of which, before we beat the game, I actually need to do one other thing, too. Is this it? I don't see any other worlds here. Did we already do Haunted Tomb? I feel like we already did that. That was the Lara Croft one. Right? Nope, we apparently didn't do that. Okay, hang on. My bad. We...
Ah, yet another daredevil adventurer has come to rob our catacombs of loot. Let's just hope you're made of tougher stuff than the last guy. If you can survive the trials of our catacombs and answer my riddle, we will give you a prize befitting your efforts. Here is my riddle. I am a vessel without hinges, lock, or lid. Yet, within my walls, a golden treasure is hid. What am I?
An egg. Come over here, dummy. Favorite fictional flag design, other than my own, of course. I think I'll have to go with the Galactic Empire on that one. I also do like the Terran Dominions. God damn it! Okay, that hit radius is way bigger than I want it to be. How much progress did I just lose? I'm so sorry, Valvedrix. What's the rest of your lineup? Or do you even know yet? Time Mage and Berserker. Well, I mean, it could be worse. Yeah, I like the Klingon symbol too. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, that's gonna suck. Move, you asshole! Yeah, I'm willing to say that this level kinda sucks. Trying to dodge him while simultaneously, you know, getting there in time. Because I don't want to accidentally ram him again. In fact, let's just go ahead and do this. Dang it. Okay, you get to die now. Congratulations! Oh my god. Fine. Fine. Die in a fire. Pissant. God damn it, Sonic. That's your fault. I just want you to know that. It's all your fault. No. Ah! What? I gotta be honest, though, that's not surprising. We already know they're adding, well, let's be honest, way too much new content to flesh out the mid-gear section. I'd be astonished if every area doesn't have new content and new options and new blah 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 blah. Alright, fine. You get to die. And you get to die. And you get to die. Death for everyone. Hello, Colgrim. Would you like death or cake? I got both. Kinda, yeah, Sonic. I mean, not really. No, I don't want to do death by cake.
I see you've managed to survive the trials of the catacombs. Now let's find out if your wits are as quick as your feet. Do you remember the riddle? I am a vessel without...
You're an egg.
Have you heard that one before? I never thought you'd get it. Very well, a bargain is a bargain. You may have the dragon egg that I was guarding from the sorceress.
I mean, he's had plenty of time to practice, Loner.
7,000 years for someone to solve that riddle. Now I can finally head off the seashell shore to bury some bones.
I mean, the graphics are pretty awful in FF7, I'll agree with that. It's one of the very few complaints that I unequivocally say, yeah, no, FF7 kind of looks like crap. Graphically speaking. Then again, I also think FF8 kind of looks like crap, but that's just me. Well, he just gets like one bit of the recipe at a time, Loner. Inch by inch, you know? Okay, so we did ruins. We did that, right? Yes, we did. I think that's it. I think we're good. Or are we? Secretly, we're not actually good at all. Ow. Actually, I liked some of the enemy designs in FF7. I should mention that. In fact, most of the combat engine looks fine to me. I don't like the CGI, and I don't like the overworld sprites. 8 is just... it's 8. What can be said? Yeah, I actually don't care for the fan-modded graphics pack either. Yeah, when the 8 remaster was announced, I thought I was going to be one of the only people really excited for it. It's kind of nice to know I'm not.
Hi, Spyro. Hi, Sparks. I've located another lost egg. If Sparks is up to it, he can try to rescue it from Spider Town.
This is why, Blue Wolf. And because we have a little bit of time before the end of the first stream today. If they lost the source, how do they make a port? The same way they did with Kingdom Hearts 1. And any other game that's had that happen. Ooh. Ah. In case that's not obvious enough, Materia Keeper. It basically involves reverse engineering it. Taking what they do have and trying to effectively make it from the bits and pieces that they have. It's actually something that's happened quite a bit when it comes to gaming, because, believe it or not, most game developers didn't actually hold on to source code for a lot of the games they were making. That's the other thing you could call the Doctor Who syndrome. Well, the Steam port was based on the PC port, which had issues. There we go. We'll put it that way. Kind of. If you look in the upper... There, you see that? That uses up my ammunition, Colgrim. I got another example for you of a game that they lost the source code for. Homeworld Cataclysm. That's why it took years for that to get a re-release in the form of the remaster that finally came out on GOG, like, last year, I want to say. All of them, Alex. All of them. I don't remember Omega Legion. I think we ended up using the PC version basically because of availability. A heavily modded PC version. Gosh, I don't know, Alex. Like, you're asking me to pick one game to remake. When my personal wish list of games to remake is in the, like, the 50s range, you know? Whoop! There are many games I think could use a proper remake. I have no idea, Colgrim. I don't even know how to answer that one. I admit FF8 is actually one of my top picks for a proper remake. In fact, if I was going to go ahead and, for example, hit the FF series with proper remakes, the first one, well, more like the third one I'd want to hit would be Final Fantasy VIII. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I'd also want a proper remake of... Oh, gosh. I don't even know where to start. Fallout 1. Fallout 2. Neverwinter Nights. KOTOR. Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, StarCraft 1, Diablo 1. More than half the Blizzard library, for being honest. Of course I would, Platty. I would make it very clear that everyone dies because the rocks fell. For some reason, people just don't seem to understand that. Oh yeah, Command and Conquer, while we're on the subject. And probably Red Alert as well. And might even hit Red Alert 2 while we're on the subject. That's lame. Ah. No! Crap. Ah, my nose itches. Oh god, I can't think of his name, Gum Gum, but the answer is no. For lead writer. But Mass Effect 2 was written far more by a team than Mass Effect 1 was. I'm pretty sure Laidlaw was working there back then. Pretty sure. Yeah, but the guy who did the original outline for the Mass Effect trilogy was someone whose name I actually can't think of right now. Whose writing style I've slowly come to hate over the years. Karpushin, that's it. Drew Karpushin. Yes, the floor is literally molten, toxic, acidic death lava. I am a firm believer in proper remakes, Alex, and that should probably answer your question. It is worth noting that I, unlike some people, understand exactly what it takes to do a proper remake. I have no illusions, or delusions, I should say, that a proper remake is not anything other than a full-time job. Like, it's basically making a brand new game anytime you do a proper remake. I still think it's the kind of thing that should be done, but, you know, I just understand why it isn't done in some cases, I guess is where I'm going with that. So I did it. Hey, talk to me? You're not going to talk to me? She's not talking to me. Why isn't she talking to me? Whatever. Yeah, Gator's pretty cool. Was pretty cool, I guess. Oh, whatever. Yeah, you're making a new game. You're limited in what you can do. No matter what you do, some people won't like it. And all you really have to make it is some of the... like, basically a walkthrough on how to build the game. Which does cut down design time, don't mistake me, but you still have to make those art assets. You still have to design those music samples, and you still have to actually construct the level geometry, and so forth and so on.
Princess Amy showed me a place called Starfish Reef. She said there's an egg hidden in there. I think Sparks should check it out.
Well, it's funny you say that, Blue Wolf Alex, because what I would do, like if you gave me levels of power, I would basically do kind of the same thing that we're seeing happen with Trials of Mana. You know, I would see kind of a remaster, let's call it what it is, a remaster, which is just a few things touched up, you know, a few things refined, get rid of some bugs or glitches or artifact issues of older design, you know, just that kind of a thing, right? But that's it, and then make it available on multiple systems so people can have access to it, and make it available for cheap. Oh, for God's sakes, hang on, Platy. Nope, hang on, let's try that again. There we go. Anyways, that's the first thing I'd do. That wouldn't take too much time or effort, and, you know, I would be firmly in favor of that, if for preservation's sake, if absolutely nothing else. Never mind how many people I feel should have access to the classics. Then I'd do a proper remake. And a proper remake, well, let's just say I'd probably go way above and beyond what other people would. I've actually talked about that a few times with a few friends. Like, I wouldn't just... I would look at FF1 and think, okay, how can I turn this into a full game? And I would not hold back at all. And people will be like, ah, this is horrible. And that's okay. Because people are going to do that no matter what. Like, I'm pretty sure, and I mean no insult by this, by the way, Blue Wolf Alex, but I'm pretty sure, for example, Blue Wolf Alex would hate the kind of proper remakes I would do of the FF series. One of the ideas I had was to actually fiddle with Final Fantasy III on a very in-depth level. Effectively turn it into more of a grid-based combat, rather than simply the typical turn-based combat. Not to the full extent of something like Final Fantasy Tactics, but still leaning in that direction. And of course, actually fleshing out each area and doing more character moments. Probably a substantial new amount of cutscenes. Blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. Oh, I would absolutely keep the ghosts. The ghosts are ridiculous. You have to keep ridiculous stuff. I don't remember off the top of my head, Gum Gum. I think Hudson was like lead designer or something like that, or lead story director. I don't know. You know how it is, like 15 people write a game. Well, again, like I said, I don't mean any kind of insult by that statement, Blue. If it's just based on what I know of your playstyle, you probably wouldn't like how much I'd want to tinker with it, how much I'd want to expand it, and remake it. FF8? I've been putting aside thoughts about remaking FF8 for years, on the off chance I ever actually get to do that. But there's a reason I wouldn't do that one first. It's because I would want the experience and skill, basically, of doing remakes under my belt before I actually hit 8, because I'd want to do a lot to 8. Yeah, exactly, Gum. That is exactly right. But yeah, I would want to start with FF3 or FF1, one of the two. Probably FF1, honestly. But then I would look at FF2 and be like, what the hell do I do with this thing? Oh, absolutely. Like I said, Blue Felix, the whole point would be to release the remaster, or the port, or whatever, you know, before the proper remake. For much cheaper, too. Since the point of that remaster is not actually to make money, it's to preserve, and from a financial perspective, to generate interest in the remake. Mobile version of which, Alex? Oh, you mean 6, don't you? That's fair, I guess, but I'm not going to change my opinion on it because I think it's a lazy port. Because it is a lazy port. Like, I can demonstrably prove how lazy they were with the FF6 port to phone. But it is fine. I've even recommended it to a few people, mostly because of its accessibility. And if we're being honest, FF6 on the phone and on Steam does have the two best features of the previous versions of FF6. The translation of the GBA version and the soundtrack of the SNES version, so... I like it, Superman. Actually, funnily enough, I was thinking something similar, Leander. Basically, I love the idea...
That giant stingray? I thought you were a goner, Sparks. But you sure showed him. And now the magic from the egg has made you even stronger, allowing you to take one more hit for Spyro.
Oh, cool. I was thinking something similar, Leander, because I love the incredibly dark nature of FF2's story. I do. Make fun if you wish, it's okay. But I would absolutely keep in the devastation of the world nature of it, but I would have it be more involved, because most of that basically happens off camera. You don't really see it happen, and you're not really engaged in it or doing it. So I'd either A, make it part of quests, like you were talking later, make it part of the quests for the actual players to go through, or B, and this is the idea I had originally, make it so that you have Princess Peach sections where every now and again you shunt off and you go play as this other team, desperately trying to get out as many people as they can from such and such town as it is being annihilated, you know? Maybe even make it so that how well you do, like if I want to get really crazy with it, make it so that how well you do in the first town determines how well you can do in the second town. Like imagine for a second if you managed to get a sufficient number of people out, or you managed to get out quickly enough of the first town, that would then add time to the second town's evacuation because they were forewarned. Because you managed to get there and be like, oh my god, they're coming! You know, that kind of a thing. I don't know. Food for thought. I'd have to process it a bit more. I haven't put as much thought into 2 as I have 3 and 8. So anyways, last boss. No. Gum. No.
Woohoo! Time
sorceress butt.
Last boss. She is fast. Okay. I mean, she looks like she's got some muscle going on. And no vinyl. Her name is the Sorceress. There's no characterization here. Lola Bunny is more characterized than her. I forget her name. Bianca, that's it. Bianca is more characterized than her. That didn't do it. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Oh god, I have limited ammo. Of course I have limited ammo. Find the range first. Or she could just go invincible immediately after I hit her. And just dispel my cannon, like you do. God damn it. Sparks, you failed me. Hang on. One moment. There we go. Yeah, it's almost like having a character who is best known for yammering on endlessly and then suddenly saying nothing during the final boss fight. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. It sounds vaguely Mass Effect familiar. Oh, that's... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. This thing is awful. This is the worst. Oh, my goodness. That was terrible. Yeah, it's like sewing Deadpool's mouth shut. That's another excellent example of what I'm talking about, actually. Just picture I'm drifting this whole time. Okay, this is silly that this is working at all. Ah, damn it. I kind of gave up on her actually turning. Oh my god, I cannot put into words how hard this thing is to control. No. Thank you. God. Wow. Gee, okay. One of the things I would do with FF8 is I would change the nature of how a lot of the characters play so that there's more, for lack of a better way to put it, Mario RPG elements in the gameplay. The idea with Squall's trigger was a decent one, but, you know, that's the beginnings of the idea. We need to go full tilt with that, you know what I mean? Yeah, Ripto so far is a better boss than this. Whoop! Oh, Jesus Christ. On one more drift turn. Damn it, its rate of fire is terrible, too. Drift. Mega Drift. Lift. And then she dies, I guess. In a death that probably should be horrifying. Nope, she's fine. Round 2.
Spyro, you just defeated a sorceress, rescued the dragon eggs, and restored freedom to the lost dragon worlds. What you plan to do next, hmm? Perhaps a nice vacation in Dragon Shores, hmm?
You're a real comedian sometimes, Bentley.
Why is that funny?
You know, I still have to find the rest of the dragon eggs. Plus, Hunter seems to have disappeared again, so I should go make sure he's not in more trouble. You haven't seen him, have you?
What? Me? Oh, no. If I do happen to encounter him, however, I will most certainly inform you immediately.
It's a funny thing, Spyro. I adjusted Avalar's portals to take me to the Dragon Worlds, but somehow I ended up here. Maybe my coordinate tables are out of date.
Yeah, by 1,000 years.
That would explain why the book was so cheap.
So now that you're done saving the world again, are you gonna visit me in Avalar?
Sure, Laura, but I still have to find the rest of the eggs, and, well, Hunter's disappeared again.
Did you say Hunter? Well, hey, I can help. I just saw him sneak off with
Him, Agent 9, isn't that a Rhinoc over in those bushes?
Rhinoc. Ooh, let me at him. You want a piece of me, Rhinoc boy? Eat laser, punk. Come on now. No fair hiding.
I'm sure Hunter is in good hands. I'm sure he will turn up soon.
Promise you'll come visit Avalar soon, okay?
Now, how many times have I told you not to tease that moose?
It was Billy's idea. Yeah.
Is that true, Billy? Hold that thought, Billy. Spyro, great to see ya.
Hi, Sheila. I've been looking for Hunter all day. Have you seen him?
Sorry, Spyro. Hunter made me promise not to tell you where they went.
They?
You didn't hear anything from me.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This is how you don't write romance, by the way.
It's a sad sight, Sparks. Another noble warrior falls victim to the plague of love. Just look away. Well, I guess we'll have to find the rest of the eggs by ourselves.
Come on, Spyro. Take a little break. Let's watch the show.
So where's, what's his face? Moneybags. Because now we have to go after the true villain of the Spyro trilogy.
Don't worry, Spyro. I won't be needing any more of your money. Now, don't look so surprised. I found one of the dragon eggs, and I'm going to sell it for a fortune back in Avalar. Uh-oh. Why are you looking at me like that? I've got to be going now. Toodles!
Of course, he's one of the thief guys. Why wouldn't he be? Although he's a lot slower than the thief guys. Which is appropriate since his point is the exact opposite of the thief guys. The thief guys are intended to annoy you. This guy is catharsis. I lost him. God, I literally lost him. Well, considering I need 15,000 gems, I mean... like, for the optional thing, I mean, I guess that's everything, so I'm probably not going to get that out of this guy. Let's say, I'm pretty sure it's going to stop at some point. So I actually knew about this already, and the reason why I knew about this is because it was part of an article on player feedback influencing developer decisions. According to the article, players hated Moneybags, and this is in the original version, obviously, so much that they specifically added this thing in order to allow players to get revenge on him.
Drat! Double drat! Drat, 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 drat! I never knew dragons were so fast! That's it. I give up. I'm retiring to Spooky Swamp to become a haiku poet.
It is pretty repetitive, Malachor, but it's fun. Okay. The end. For real. This time. Like, we could go get a bunch more eggs and a bunch more gems. Like 4,000 more gems. In fact, I'm curious if there's a thing there now. Ugh. Yeah, there's no thing there. Yeah, Moneybags' suit is okay. I don't think that lizard likes me. I don't know why. Alright, fine. One attempt. One. And if I fail it, I'm giving 7 more negatives. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding about the 7 negatives part. Nope. Slow. I stand by my statement that this is awful. Like, nothing has changed my mind at all about this. That just makes it more irritating, Leander. It's an aggregate, Arpia. It's a pretty big one. That's why it's an aggregate. Yeah, Alex, this is all part... That's basically phase 1 and 2 of at least 4 that I know of the final fight. So it's going to take at least one more loop to catch this guy. Maybe. Oh, yeah, can only get him on the platform because it's dumb. I forgot about that. So yeah, one more loop. Almost fell. Again. My favorite part is how there's so little recovery possible if you slip off the edge. Then you have to go chase the other guys again. Honestly, this fight was just one negative, really. The other boss fights were the other negative, and I could go ahead and add the Sorceress fight and Scorch to that list at this point. Right, this is what killed me last time. And I don't have the... I don't have the hover thing at the end anymore, as I just discovered. And then you start over at the beginning. For anybody wondering why this got a negative, that's why. Because this is a garbage fight. Yep, no. I don't even care that much, really. I said one attempt and I meant it. Spyro Reignited, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's look at our list here. So we've got... Honestly, even though there was story in the games, mostly in 2 and 3, I still don't feel like any of the story deserves a positive or a negative. There were a couple of times it made me laugh, and then there were a bunch of times it made me just go, what are you doing? If I was feeling unkind, I would give it one story negative and nothing else, but that's mostly just for the, you know, the 90s kid thing, which just... So, no. Gameplay positives, controls, music, visuals. A surprisingly large amount of convenience features. That really helped this game a lot. Variety of levels. The improved boss design in 2 was actually pretty good, so that definitely gets a positive. There were fun bosses in 2. The play styles of the new characters in 3, and the variety of the visuals and audio presentation of the levels. I pretty much agree with all of those. Negatives. There's an aggregate for the thief enemies, who can go to hell. The bosses, which are awful. The final boss, which is awful. And then there's a negative just for the final boss by himself, which I feel like I just demonstrated appropriately. The entirety of the game has a tendency towards binary difficulty, especially in the minigames and challenges, which is really frustrating and I don't like in general. There's some issues with the controls, as I demonstrated a few times. Many of the minigames are not fun or actually irritating. 100% of the game feels a little bit more of a chore than it probably should, especially in specific points. There are several points, especially in the third game, where you're just fighting the camera, which got really, really, really old. Honestly, that probably should have been a negative by itself. Scorch was an awful boss fight, and I explained why. And that's everything. No, I can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to give another negative, because I should. Because it is another negative, and I'm trying to be nice, and I apologize. I'm going to... It's always my goal with these, is to be honest with you guys. Basically, the camera problems are an issue by themselves. The camera issues and the related control issues. They're just... So that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yep, nope, that sounds about right. So that means our net score is 0 and +3. And across all 3 games, yeah, that sounds about right. So +3 net. I stand by most of what I said already about this, though. This feels like a popcorn game to me. It feels like a game that I don't get that particularly invested in. It's not a game I particularly want to replay all that often, but it is a game that was enjoyable to play through. And I did enjoy my overall playthrough. I mean, that's a net positive for a reason. So, thank you everyone for both funding this and sticking around with me for this. I'm going to go ahead and chop off the local recording.